Well, gentlemen, Mr. Butler's been up north, I hear. Don't you agree with this, Mr. Butler?
I think it's hard winning a war with words, gentlemen.
What do you mean, sir?
I mean, Mr. Hamilton, there's not a cannon factory in the whole South.
What difference does that make, sir, to a gentleman?
I'm afraid it's going to make a great deal of difference to a great many gentlemen, sir.
Are you hinting, Mr. Butler, that the Yankees can lick us?
No, I'm not hinting. I'm saying very plainly that the Yankees are better equipped than we. They've got factories, shipyards, coal mines, and a fleet to bottle up our harbors and starve us to death. All we've got is cotton and slaves and arrogance.
That's treachery!
Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted? Yeah? This is what you wanted, huh? He won. I hope you got exactly what you wanted. I hope you got and you know what, for all of the black people who were quote unquote mad at the Democratic Party because they wouldn't give you reparations or they wouldn't promise you a black focused vote or whatever it is. I hope you get Trump, who's not going to promise you anything. He's going to take you back to slavery. I hope he calls you monkey. I hope he calls you jigaboo and a spook. I hope he calls you monkey twice. I hope buck breaking comes back. I hope they call all the black women mammies. I hope all of that happens so you can see what you asked for. I hope that all the Mexicans who were afraid of illegal immigrants just as much as the other people were, I hope those people get sent back to their country. Yeah. I hope all of the Hispanics in Miami-Dade who were just afraid of communism because they came from a country that was just ravaged by it. I hope that they get shown what it looks like to really be ravaged. I hope they get sent back on boats. I hope they have to swim back. I hope their back has to be wet all over again. Because that's what he's going to make you do. He's going to make you swim all the way back. Yeah, all those people in Michigan who didn't support Kamala Harris because she wouldn't say the word weapons embargo. Yeah, I hope they're forced to go through what happened right after 9/11. Yeah, flight risks all of you. He's gonna put all of you in internment camps. Because that's what you wanted, right? You wanted to be in an internment camp. You wanted that. All right? That's what you wanted. I hope everybody who had religious values and so that they wouldn't support Kamala Harris, I hope you get forced to have babies. I hope your father assaults you and therefore you're forced to have the baby that you wanted so badly. I hope that's what happens to you. I hope you get every racial epithet and I hope you get all of the disrespect that you deserve. Because remember that people like us tried to stop stuff like that and you wouldn't listen. So I hope they call you a monkey, a spook, a jigaboo, and I can't even say the other words because I'll get banned. So thank you. Have a good day. I didn't even vote for the motherfucker. What the fuck did I do?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever this video finds you, welcome to Villainous News. Yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of white liberals are losing their crap. They are freaking out. Their true racism is really bubbled up to the surface here. So we're not going to be long here. We're going to cover the situation with DOGE here because a lot of things were uncovered with DOGE. A lot of theft. And let me tell you right now, you always know who the guilty party is simply by how they react. And the Democratic Party are freaking out. They are freaking out that their little slush funds have been uncovered and frozen. Because why would you be mad at Elon discovering and stopping ridiculous payments, millions upon millions of dollars going out the door for sexual deviancy stuff? Why would that be going out the door? Why would you be mad that that's being stopped, knowing the economic state of this country? At any rate, we're gonna get into this. We've got some articles to read, so let's roll the tape, Larry.
President Trump today defending Elon Musk and his so-called Department of Government Efficiency. Well, at a news conference, the president suggesting that Musk will soon expand his cost-cutting work at the Departments of Education and Defense. Now, the comments come as Democrats are pushing for an investigation into how much Musk's team was given broad access to the government's payment system, as well as personal data of American citizens. And leading that
Yeah, you know what? You want to find out how far it goes, that's fine. But you need to find out where the large sums of money is going. So if you have large sums of money going out to corporations, be they private or public or government institutions or individuals, you need to find out why they're getting that money and what happened to that money. I mean, this is what an audit is all about. It's what an audit is all about.
That effort is Congressman Sean Casten, representing Illinois 6th District, and he joins us now to talk more about it. Thank you very much for being with us. Elon Musk, sitting behind the Resolute desk on the cover of Time magazine. What is your sense about where all of this is headed?
Look, as I said on the House floor today, we are already within a constitutional crisis.
Of course, he's a Democrat.
There is nothing wrong with looking for greater efficiency in government. Indeed, that's part of our role as Congress in our oversight function. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us who served with Trump the last time were consistently troubled by his refusal to engage with the oversight offices when we were asking him for information about his tax returns and other various things he did. If the executive branch would like to change revenues, change cuts, change priorities, the way that the Constitution requires you do that is to make recommendations to Congress. Congress can like those or not, but ultimately Congress has the power of the purse.
So in other words,
the executive branch is instead going to go in and simply stop funding things that are legally required, that is a violation of the Constitution. It is a violation of the law. We are in a constitutional crisis because the Department of Justice under Trump is not enforcing the law. And the Republican leadership in the House, which controls the subpoena power, is refusing to fulfill its oversight responsibility. And what we're trying to do, number one, is make sure that the American public understands what's going on, use our bully pulpits where we can, bring laws forward and remind people that this is not normal. And this is not just a constitutional issue. We're sitting there with air traffic controllers in the wake of a huge crash, wondering whether they will be employed tomorrow because of cuts or because they're women or minorities and they might be labeled as DEI hires. Having stressed out air traffic controllers is not good. We're sitting here with huge layoffs in our intelligence agencies who protect us and keep us safe at home. That is not good. We've had potentially the disclosure of identities. We've had the disclosure of identities of intelligence officers who our foreign adversaries would like to kill. These are huge, huge problems.
Right.
And we have to step up in this moment and take it with all the seriousness it deserves.
And I understand you want to bring the fight to the White House, but given that you are...
He did a lot of filibustering. First and foremost, it was discovered today that the FBI and the DOJ were spying on Trump during his first election, trying to find a reason for impeachment and imprisonment, but they couldn't find anything. They have access to his tax returns. You're the Department of Justice. You don't need to ask him. You just go in there and get them, especially through the IRS. But see, it was all fun and games and fine when you were weaponizing the DOJ and the FBI against him. But now that he's in office, and now that he's rooting out the corruption, suddenly now you want to take your ball and go home. It's not fair, except the ball belongs to him now. So you need to go home empty-handed. But no, that's not enough for you. You're like, well, Congress controls the purse. But clearly Congress is not doing their job. But the thing about it is that you want Congress to go in and hide your dirty dealings with taxpayer money, because they're getting their cut too. And what DOGE did under Elon Musk was pretty much expose and then cut off the spigot of wasteful government spending. Now, if you want to have Congress come on board and get involved, that's fine. But you're going to have to explain to the American people why you need to spend $82 million on transgender surgeries for people in Nicaragua. You're going to have to explain things like that. Congress, we're not having any closed door sessions. No. No, 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 no. These things will be exposed in the White House press briefings of everything that you're doing. There is no hiding anymore. There's no slush fund money. That's the whole thing. They cut off the spigot. The FBI agents who are getting fired, that's fine. They say it was 5,000 FBI agents involved in the January 6th situation. But virtually nobody got arrested, or no FBI agents, at least up to 5,000. Matter of fact, not even 100 was sent out to arrest anybody with all of the George Floyd riots. None of that happened. They burned down buildings, destroyed people's homes. People were murdered. This is your reckoning. This is your reckoning. And nobody's going to expose the agents. The only thing they talked about was their position and badge number. But no faces and no names were exposed. There was no law broken. If there was any laws that were broken, it was on behalf of this criminal organization that is the government slush fund. I'm sorry, I'm sitting up here, I'm thinking about it like this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, this is like this is one of the biggest political scandals we've had to face, and it's just the 7th of February. It's just the guy's been in the office, what, 3 weeks and a couple days?
In the minority party, how do you stage any kind of opposition, especially considering half of the country is behind President Trump's agenda?
What's deeply concerning is if we view this through a partisan lens, we are misunderstanding the problem. The fact that it has become partisan is the problem.
Why is it partisan?
Whoever you voted for in the last election, that's fine. We will all defend your right to vote. Mm-hmm. If you're voting to overturn our democracy, we can kiss our democracy goodbye.
What democracy is being overturned? Why are you adding labels to this that don't need to be there? This is not about overturning democracy. This is about exposing a cover-up and scandals. A lot of Democrats are probably going to go to jail behind this. For the record.
We didn't vote to undo the Constitution. If you want to vote to amend the Constitution,
what are you talking about? Nobody's doing that.
You can propose an amendment. You have to get the requisite number of votes on the House floor. You send it to the states. You can't just decide by executive order.
That would be another example of, as you say, fake news. You know why? Fake news.
That you're not going to honor the 14th Amendment, even if you said you were going to do that in your campaign. That's not how the Constitution works. The 14th Amendment, by the way, is one of the Reconstruction amendments that says that everybody should be afforded equal protection under the law, and that if you were born in the United States, you are a U.S. citizen.
All right, that's the 30,000-foot view. Let's drill down, because there are a bunch of Trump headlines just today, and I guess really that's
the point. A lot of headlines today.
Senate confirmation of Russell Vogt for OMB, one of the architects of the conservative manifesto Project 2025. What are your immediate concerns about the impact that he is likely to have?
So we had a group of both members of Congress and state's attorney general reviewing Project 2025 before the election. Mm-hmm. We were part of the group that was amplifying and making sure voters understood it. And you may recall that Trump was consistently denying that he had anything to do with Project 2025 because it polled so poorly. Among the things that they have in there are,
here's the boogeyman,
getting rid of overtime pay. That's a real problem, right? Getting rid of
that's not
it's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
That's not what he said. He said nothing about getting rid of overtime pay. He said getting rid of taxing overtime pay, just like getting rid of taxing on tips. So that way you get more money in your pocket. See how you lie? But then again, you are a Democrat.
Dependence of the Federal Reserve, so that when we have conditions like we had just a few years ago where inflation is very high and it's politically unpopular to raise interest rates because that makes borrowing higher, but it's the right thing to do to cool down the economy, you want an independent Fed. They'd like to get rid of an independent Federal Reserve. Completely stripping away women's rights to control their own bodies, getting rid of the FDIC that provides the insurance that, you know, this is George Bailey, It's a Wonderful Life. If the bank gets overdrawn, your deposits are safe. They'd like to get rid of that. These are huge, massive structural changes to the economy that, again, are not legal, but they're colored by a view that Russ Vought has articulated, that he believes the executive branch has authority beyond what Congress can mandate in terms of spending. So when we approve spending, he thinks the executive branch doesn't have to spend that. It's wrong. The courts have ruled him wrong, and in fact, the first order they came through. But then you've got J.D. Vance, who's out there saying, well, if the courts don't allow us to do something, then make them stop us.
Exactly. Yeah, stop us. Try and stop us.
This is almost like a coup, right? You're going to control the military. You're going to control the Department of Justice. You're going to be ruled out of bounds in the court and then say, well, try to stop me.
This is the president.
That's not democracy. And Russell Vought shares those.
Hold on, wait. When men and women were telling y'all that they didn't want men in women's spaces, you ignored them. You literally had parents arrested at school board meetings because they didn't want those pornographic books in their elementary schools. You did, not you personally, but your party did that. You circumvented the vote of parents. This is why the Department of Education is being dismantled. Well, one of the reasons. How dare you, sir? How dare you show us your hypocrisy?
Views, and it is deeply disappointing to all of us who care about and love our democracy, regardless of our politics.
What's up, Jibba? What's up, baby?
The Senate would deem this person fit for public service.
Congressman, the other issues today, dismantling the Department of Education and the attempts to dismantle USAID. We're out of time. We'll have to save that for the next conversation, but want to express our thanks for being with us tonight. We appreciate it.
This is, as a matter of fact, let's get on DOGE. So, the beauty of Trump opening up the media, and I've spoke about this a couple of times. The beauty of Trump opening up the media is that it destroyed, it's slowly, well, shall I say quickly, destroying Democratic media outlets. So come to find out, left-leaning news outlet Politico was paid a staggering $8.2 million in government subsidies uncovered amid Elon Musk's DOGE dragnet on wasteful spending. The Department of Government Efficiency is in the process of canceling the payments from several government agencies, including the embattled USAID, News AZ reports, citing Daily Mail. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the money given to Politico was spent on essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the taxpayers' dime. The DOGE is working on canceling those payments now, she said. This is a government effort to ensure that we are going line by line when it comes to the federal government's books. Details of the spend emerged amid scrutiny of the public finances by Musk's DOGE, which has shut down the U.S. Agency for International Development, which doesn't develop anything. Politico received $44,000 from USAID last year, but was given millions more from other federal agencies, public records showed. Most notably, the Department of Health and Human Services had $1.37 million in obligations. The Department of the Interior and the Department of Energy were also among the top spenders. This is obviously a huge waste of taxpayer money, most wrote on X. What's going on with me? DailyMail.com has contacted the 5 federal agencies who gave the most money to Politico last year with further detail on what the money was spent on. It is understood that much of the agency's spending is on Politico's B2B service, Politico Pro, which offers supposedly nonpartisan real-time intelligence personalized to their area of policy focus, according to the platform. Subscriptions can cost around $10,000 a year per online reports. That's too much money for Politico. What? Meaning the government would have had to have shelled out more than 800 accounts at $10,000 a pop. Leavitt warned that DOGE is in the process of pulling the plug on all payments. It could spell further disaster. It could spell further disaster for Politico, whose staffers yesterday found out that they had not been paid. And y'all ain't getting paid. Oh my God, what is up with these Democrats not paying their staff? I mean, first Kamala didn't pay nobody after she lost. Now Politico ain't paying nobody. The outlet stated that the missed payments were due to a technical issue. However, speculation quickly began to swirl that the crackdown on public spending was to blame. You mean tell me y'all ain't even saved up enough money to pay your staff? Ooh, you talk about a struggling network. Musk and President Donald Trump shut down the embattled USAID after they agreed the organization was beyond repair. The billionaire, who was leading a review of the federal government with Trump's go-ahead, decided this week to shut down the government agency tasked with humanitarian relief overseas. Staff were shocked when they woke up Monday morning to emails instructing them to stay out of the agency's DC headquarters. Yesterday, Musk teased the next target for his crackdown may be the Internal Revenue Service. The world's richest man asked his army of ex-followers in an informal poll whether they would like to see the IRS audited by DOGE, which received a staggering 94.3% support. That means you're doing your goddamn job. Musk's post comes days after Donald Trump vowed to terminate almost 90,000 IRS workers who had been hired under the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act, a pledge that received huge cheers as he spoke to a rally in Las Vegas. That's when he was talking about not taxing tips and not taxing overtime pay. All right, he was doing that. So let's see what the Economic Times has to say. You say NPR is another one. You say Democrats are making a comeback. What's up, Mosh? It appears the U.S. government is in one huge grift of a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, they were saying that this was bigger than Bernie Madoff. So let's see what they're saying here on what is this newspaper? The Economic Times. So they're saying since its inception, DOGE has canceled several diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives within federal agencies, along with certain consulting contracts. It has also terminated leases for underutilized federal buildings and is actively working to consolidate redundant agencies and programs. DOGE is primarily focused on cutting DI programs, consulting contracts, and federal building leases. It recently saved $30 million by canceling 12 contracts and $3 million by ending 12 underutilized leases. Additionally, DOGE canceled 36 contracts, saving $165 million, and terminated 22 leases, saving $44.6 million. It also removed 85 DEI-related contracts worth $1 billion and canceled a $45 million scholarship program for Burmese students. Musk and DOGE have identified the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, as a target for potential cost savings. On Monday, the agency's website went offline, and employees were barred from entering its headquarters. The Trump administration announced that USAID staff will be placed on leave from Friday. Marco Rubio has been appointed acting director with potential plans to merge parts of USAID into the State Department because they do some good, but a whole lot of bad. So I get it. So you keep the employees that's actually sending out food and all of that stuff, but not all of this, transsexual operas and all that crap. Are you kidding me? On January 28th, DOGE announced that it is saving the U.S. government around $1 billion per day. Damn. Shit, they need to do my taxes. These savings are attributed to halting unnecessary hiring, eliminating DEI programs, and preventing improper payments to foreign organizations in alignment with the president's executive orders. DOGE aims to increase savings to over $3 billion per day. Yeah, because you need to get that monkey off your back with China. You need to get that debt off. You need to pay it down and be back in the black. So that way you can actually do something towards rebuilding your cities. But DOGE has not provided a detailed breakdown of how these savings are calculated. Musk stated that he was cautiously optimistic that savings could reach $4 billion per day if by the fiscal year 2026, contributing to a $1 trillion reduction in the federal deficit. That's beautiful. Most federal spending remains tied to mandatory programs such as Social Security, Medicare, and interest payments on national debt. Yeah, because from what I understand, they're not touching any government programs, especially that benefit Americans here in the United States. So DOGE has faced criticism regarding its access to federal systems, including the Treasury Department's payment system. Concerns have been raised about its effort to cancel federal contracts and implement cuts across various agencies. However, a Treasury official informed lawmakers that DOGE only has read-only access to the payment system. So, for those that don't know what DOGE is, DOGE was created by Donald Trump through an executive order he signed on Inauguration Day. Under the order, DOGE will be a temporary organization within the White House that will spend 18 months until July 4th, 26, carrying out its mission. Anyway, so what else do we have on DOGE? Let's see. Elon Musk claimed this is through the National News Desk because, Politico is compromised. As is a matter of fact, come to find out, y'all remember that whole Gamergate thing? I talked about this years ago. Come to find out, Gamergate was being funded as far as people like our Anita Sarkeesian and all these people. This might go over y'all heads, but for those of y'all that like to play video games, if you notice how video games have sucked now, the reason is because USAID was paying people to sabotage these games. That's why, like in what is the Last of Us Part 2, you had the damn near tranny looking chick. She beat old dude to death. Was it Joel, the hero of the first game? Yeah, she beat him to death with a golf club. You were forced to play as her. Like they tricked you into playing the game as Joel and Abby or whatever, and then halfway through the game, you now got to play as this lesbian looking, tranny looking chick. You kill Joel, and then you continue playing the game, killing all of the people that helped Joel and Abby find sanctuary and everything. It's very trashy. Matter of fact, what was it? The one game where I think it was an Arkham Asylum or whatnot, where they killed the Justice League. Yeah, USAID. That was their doing. You had that one chick, that ugly chick that looked like she had Down syndrome. Yeah, she put herself into the Spider-Man game as Mary Jane. That's why Mary Jane Watson looked ugly. I mean, it was just the comic books, the way they destroyed the books, all of this little things that don't belong in the books and in the games and everything. The government was doing that. You say any talk of DOGE auditing the Pentagon. Well, we're gonna find out what's going on the second one. Give y'all flowers. Let's see. Just fired an obstinate broad from my life. Good job. Let's see, I stopped playing when all the protagonists became women. Yeah, good job. Yeah, now you know what rainbow social engineering and video games. Yeah, is Disneyism, Disney princesses money. Yeah, that's what they did. They tried to do that. They tried to force all that gay stuff and whatnot and fake female power into the video games and the comic books. They was already doing it in the movies and the TV shows, but now you see what's up with that. So let's get back. All right. So Elon Musk claimed the Treasury Department has authorized fraudulent payments and other questionable uses of federal tax dollars after gaining access to government systems over the weekend in his mission to reduce spending and deficit. The Department of DOGE, let's just call it DOGE, a non-governmental body created via executive order to study how to cut down on federal spending, has been looking in the government payment system since Trump took office in search of spending cuts and wasteful uses of taxpayer dollars. Let's see. Musk said Saturday that his team saw multiple payments that were fraudulent and to terrorist groups after gaining access to the federal government's payment system. The system, which effectively operates the government's checkbook for congressionally approved payments, processes trillions in funds for the entirety of the federal government. Now, remember, like when they needed to balance the budget and they had all that pork belly bill, it was like 1,400 pages. And Musk was like, oh, hell no. He had his little team of super nerds go through it, and they cut it down to like what? I think they cut it down to what, 70 pages? Yeah, Congress, it was a lot of money going to Congress. Musk and others have been highlighting what they say are questionable payments for programs that are a poor excuse of taxpayer dollars and have bloated the deficit through wasteful spending. Democrats, of course, the people who are benefiting from this taxpayer funds, have railed against the administration of giving Musk and DOGE, a non-governmental agency, access to the system and for efforts to halt governmental payments. Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon, the top Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, told Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent that his decision to give them access was compromising the payment system. How? How? They didn't go in there to steal. They went in there to stop the steal. To put it bluntly, these payment systems simply cannot fail, and any politically motivated meddling in them risks severe damage to our country and the economy, Wyden wrote in a letter to Bessent. I am deeply concerned that following the federal grant and loan freeze earlier this week, these officials associated with Musk may have intended to access these payment systems to illegally withhold payments to any number of programs.
The news is fake.
Musk has vowed to find at least $1 trillion in savings for the federal government as the Republican-led Congress tries to figure out how to pay for tax cuts and more resources for immigration enforcement. DOGE said it has already saved taxpayers $1 billion by canceling contracts related to DEI throughout the federal government. Let's see here. I think a lot of this is fluff. A lot of this is fluff. You know how they be with these articles. Let's see here. What we got here? I don't want to keep going back over the same old crap. Yeah, a lot of this is crap. What I wanted to do, what I was looking for before we started here tonight, I was trying to find a full list of what he wound up cutting. Okay. I was trying to find a full list of it, but they haven't put it out yet. All right. They haven't put it out yet as far as everything that's been cut. So we'll wait. We'll wait on that list. All right. We'll wait on that list. But meanwhile, because good Lord, there's never a dull moment with this presidency, like at all.
Right now, you're looking live at the Department of Education. Members of Congress, they're being denied entry into the building. The doors are locked. There's a security guard there. I'm guessing that's who's in the brown, tan-looking shirt, but we don't know for sure. They're having a tense conversation. Kind of want to listen in for a second here.
Show them your ID. Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here and block members of Congress from entering the Department of Education? Access to federal buildings.
We're allowed in there.
So a private security contractor.
Do you know who members of Congress are?
Members of
Sure,
Congress.
we're all members of Congress. Maybe you didn't understand.
A private security contractor is making the decision to block members of Congress from a public access entrance.
You know who this is with this bad wig, right? No, that's Maxine Waters' little race hustling ass.
I don't think he knows.
You have the authority as a private security contractor to block members of Congress. That has been knighted and granted to you.
He's not answering any questions.
Let's go to the desk.
Yeah.
It's
made of Who told you to do this? Open the door.
He's not saying anything.
So do you understand who members of Congress are? And you don't care. Who are we then? You don't care. We have a job to do. We're not dangerous people. We're not, I don't know, security. There are no thieves and thugs out here. We're members of Congress.
Yeah.
We're teachers.
That was false and fake and never happened.
There's our ID right there.
This is our job.
This is our job. We're doing our job.
Oh, wow.
Good Lord. Never a dull moment. I need to hurry up and get that channel up and running.
So this is the beginning of
Never a
full
dull moment.
transparency of this administration. The administration that talked about they're going to open the doors to all of these things and show the American public what is going on. They won't even open the door to this building, to members of Congress. We are not posing any threat here. No, we are not dangerous people. We have not done anything. We're trying to request a...
All right, so say they look like absolute fools. Bald dude don't get 2 F's. Yeah, never a dull moment for real. Here's what I think is going on. Here's what I think they got locked out right now. I get the feeling that there's a team in there that's going through their computers, that's downloading the info on their hard drives. There's a security team that's going in there, going through the info on their hard drives and possibly searching their offices. All right. Because the best way to hide something is in plain sight. So, and since Congress is the ones who approved all of this wasteful government spending, since they're the ones who tried to give themselves $400,000 raises extra on top of what they already make, all of these little sweetheart pension deals and all of this stuff, then clearly the thievery starts with them. So that's what I think is going on. I think that this is a show right now, but right inside that building, I get the feeling that their personal computers inside there, their work computers, rather, I get the feeling that they're getting drained, or their information is being copied, and they're going to go through their files and find out just exactly what's going on. Their files, their emails, everything.
Meeting, and they have a private security contractor who on his own is making decisions on behalf of the Department of Education.
No, he's making decisions on behalf of the president.
Billionaires and his minions to come in
I don't
to
know
this
who
building.
he is. I don't know who he is, but I know who I am. And I'm a member of Congress with oversight responsibilities trying to request a meeting, and a private security contractor is not allowing me to enter the building.
They allow billionaires to go in.
Yeah, now step away.
Representatives. They allow billionaires and their cronies to go in, but not. There's a lack of transparency here. Members of Congress, the people's representatives are not allowed in. This is not transparent.
Really? What about the lack of transparency you gave
Now
us?
they call the Department of Homeland Security. We are members of Congress here to talk with the Department of Education, and they're treating us.
Kids deserve to have us go in and fight for them.
What? You was trying to turn the little boys into little girls, and the little girls, you was trying to cut their breasts off. Now all of a sudden you care about the kids? Man.
This fake news was indeed fake news.
Oh, woo-hoo-hoo. This button is going to be stress relief.
This country deserve that battle.
This is a public institution. This is not Russia.
Well, the building is closed.
Who is he? This man here.
We are members of Congress.
Come in.
They're blocking us.
See this man here, who is
What you want, old fogey?
No, he's not. Are you a federal employee? No. Huh?
No. Yes, no.
He said he's a federal employee.
Okay.
We pay him. We raise money to make sure.
Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I heard him.
No, he's not. Are you a federal employee? No. Huh?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
he said he's a federal employee.
All right, he's a federal employee.
We
Yeah.
pay him. We raise money to make sure that we have a Department of Education.
Oh my God. Maxine Waters is going with the whole I pay your salary. My taxes pay your salary. You know how they do when you get pulled over by a cop. She's pulling that card. Oh my God. Ah.
Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education are here because we paid for them to be here. He's standing here today, blocking the door, and he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Make sure they see right here. All access entrance.
Oh my God. Let me get to your comments. You say, so this is grandstanding is to disrupt that search. Backfire, yeah. Where's Big Mouth Crockett getting her nails done? No, she was on CNN. You know what? We're going to do it. When I do get the channel up, we're going to talk about Jasmine Crockett and these other race hustlers. But I mean, in all honesty, I was talking to Mosh today. As far as I'm concerned, Jasmine Crockett is not a race hustler. She is a racist. She's just a flat out racist. She hates white people beyond a shadow of a doubt. You say Congress is akin to diamond brokers. You know how they get down. You get, let's see, you get whatever they sell or you don't buy anything. Exactly. Don't touch me. Step off. Is this Doge related to Dogecoin? No. Doge is a Department of Government Efficiency. Dogecoin is something, that's something else. I'd say the toilet is broken. Touch him so he can get you for assault. That's the whole thing. If you notice, nobody put their hands on him because you got all these cameras out here, and that is akin to assault. Fumigating the building. You know what? I probably would have told him that. I probably would have lied to him. Like, no, we fumigating the building. Somebody saw a cockroach on the 5th floor. I lied. Y'all have been stuck. But Maxine Waters, she killing me.
One thing I'll just get a little emotional about is it does, as a woman, feel pretty. I feel like the humanity of women and their rights.
But yeah, I mean, the white woman fake crying thing, I could do it too, but and then you just turn it off.
No one cares. And even in the face of Trump and everything that he represented, that's a tough pill.
When it no entrada. Yeah, let's get back.
When I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed to come into this building.
We don't want fake news.
Parents who have children who are disabled, access is being blocked.
You're CNN. You're fake news. You have an agenda.
Congress to advocate on behalf of your children.
Wow,
Children
look. Okay, so look, if you look back here, this is full of cops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it counted about 5 heads. This thing is full of cops. That's why he's standing there with no worries. Go ahead, force your way into the building. You'll be walked right out of that entranceway in cuffs. It'll be the best perp walk we've ever seen.
Disabilities for young women who have been victims of sexual assault in our classrooms, on our school grounds. Members of OCR are fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed to advocate on behalf of America's children. America, we have a problem.
Now, everybody stand back and let the cameras see. They're calling all of these gun-loading people out on us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe.
That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. You say white women cry through their nose without any tears. Where'd SA come from? Right. Although when little girls are being essayed by little boys pretending to be girls in bathrooms, they cover it up. But now all of a sudden, now you want to use that. Yeah, she slipped that in real quick. Now you want to go to that. That's your go-to. That's your go-to. Like, man, y'all are such hypocrites.
Subscribe button below.
New York is recognized.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let's all be honest with each other. We are here today, right now, because of anti-Semitic rhetoric from one member of this chamber said again and again and again. We would not be on this floor right now otherwise to discuss this topic. If that member was a Republican, that member's name would be in this resolution. And this resolution would be all about condemning anti-Semitism, and it would be done so forcefully.
Oh, Pelosi is over in Europe. Shortly, like right before the inauguration, she had a mysterious accident, and then the next day she had hip surgery to where she would be out of the country for the next 6 months, recovering from her hip surgery. That's why you haven't seen Nancy Pelosi. Okay? That's why you ain't seen her. Supposedly.
That member in January had to apologize for talking about a hypnosis of Israel that they have over the entire world. That member had to apologize in February by saying that if you support Israel, it must be because you're bought off by Jews. That member called it an unequivocal apology, even though she filled it with equivocation. And now we're back again, this time by saying that if you support the U.S.-Israel relationship, that you must have pledged allegiance to a foreign government. Except this time, that member is refusing to apologize. Even if you gave that member every benefit of the doubt that she had no idea what she was doing, why now wouldn't she be apologizing? Why would she be more emboldened to refuse an apology altogether? I apparently am giving Rep. Omar more credit than the speaker is, because I don't believe she is naive. I believe that she knows exactly what she's doing. It is an American value, by the way, to have reasonable, legitimate criticism of a government, whether it be the U.S. government, Israel, or any other government. It is not an American value, though, to be hurling anti-Semitic rhetoric. Anti-Semitism must be condemned unequivocally and emphatically. We have members of this chamber who associate with Louis Farrakhan, who says, quote, Hitler was a very great man. Let's talk about a double standard. What? In January, we all came to this chamber. We condemned white supremacy. We named a Republican member. We kicked that member off of his committees. He can't serve on the Small Business Committee, but this member will continue to serve on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. But no, now we can't come here and just emphatically, solely, forcefully condemn anti-Semitism and name names. But if it was a Republican, we would. It's time to call out these statements for what they are. pointed, bigoted, unreasonable, illegitimate, anti-Semitic. I commend my colleagues on the other side of the aisle who have been speaking out about all this anti-Semitism. A few members come to mind: Chairman Engel, Congressman Deutsch, Congressman Nadler, Congresswoman Lowy, Congressman Gottheimer. Many of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, I believe to their core, know how very wrong this is, and there are many other members to name as well. And I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of them, because support of Israel, support of Jews, standing against anti-Semitism has been bipartisan in the past. It should be bipartisan today and should be bipartisan for every moment in the future.
All right, let me say this. Personally, I mean, I guess we'll have to do a separate show on what's going on over there in the Gaza Strip. But in all honesty, it looks like they have finally taken full control of Palestine, where it is going to be fully controlled by Israel. But the Gaza Strip will be owned and operated and maintained by the United States. Now, Trump said he is looking to have countries temporarily house the Palestinians because there's nothing there on the Gaza Strip. There's no water, there's no electricity, it's rubble. You know, I mean, Israel did a good job of destroying the Gaza Strip over Hamas, you know, pretty much creating the very enemy that they're fighting against. So more than likely, if there are any Palestinians who are going to return once the place is rebuilt, they will be the worker class. They will be the slave class. They'll be the ones working at the resorts and the casinos and whatnot, whatever they're planning on building over there in the Gaza Strip, whatever the U.S. is going to be taking full control of. I guarantee you that those people will be reduced to the working class over there, and they'll be thankful, at least in Trump's mind. They'll be thankful. All right. So they want to turn it into a pretty much a tourist resort right there on the water. That's prime real estate. That's prime real estate. That's why the whole question of did Israel know that Hamas was going to do that attack before they did, because Intel was saying, yeah, these guys are getting ready to attack you. Y'all need to do something. And they just Scooby-Doo, they're not going to do anything. And then they flew in on damn hang gliders like fucking Cobra. You know, it caused all sorts of chaos. You know, grabbed hostages. I mean, it's been damn near a year this thing has went on, and they still got hostages alive. They got hostages with gift bags and everything. I mean, come on. The one guy, he had 2 gift bags. Like, what type of hostages were you? They chased them all the way into other countries. They almost had Iran. I mean, well, Iran did attack them. Let's just be honest. They traded barbs with Iran. It almost got real testy. Russia was getting involved. All because you wanted to push them off of that land and take it over for yourself. The final nail in the coffin. Well, you got it. You got it. Don't call it a genocide. They still exist, don't they? Don't the Palestinians still exist? So it wasn't a genocide. We were just trying to get back the hostages that for some reason was hiding in hospitals and schools and, you know, churches and orphanages. Key components that help grocery stores, key components that help keep a society thriving. They were hiding all over there. But the one thing you know you don't play with, the one thing you, especially over there and here in America, you do not play with Israel. You can't criticize them. You know, they're pretty much trying to make that a felony if you say something wrong. You've got the world court that really wants to put Netanyahu on trial for what he's done. You know, the world sees what happened going on with Israel, Palestine. They're like, okay, y'all done went too far. But they have the backing and the protection of the United States. This is why when Trump yesterday, I believe he said if Iran takes him out, blow them off the map, because the only thing that's stopping Iran from doing what they want to do to Israel is the United States. Any rate,
I yield back.
Comments. We're here today because
smoke
a member
like
of this body issued a series of anti-Semitic statements.
They'll run the dining
and I couldn't help but think of what justice
of the area.
means,
Yeah, pretty much.
and what
The
mercy
Gaza
means.
travel agent. Yeah, Cobra.
Well, we want to temper justice with mercy. So the first time we come to understand that maybe the depth of what was said was
anyway. So basically what they want to do, leads into what I want to talk about next time, is like people like Ilhan Omar, Jasmine Crockett, again, the bald head chick from Massachusetts, and AOC. They're going to drum these people right out of the Senate. They're going to drum them right out. Congressmen, senators, they're going to be done. They're going to be done. Just like with, like I said, when Kash Patel gets nominated, when he gets in there, him and Pam Bondi, they are going to take down people like Brandon Johnson, Brandon Scott, Gavin Newsom, all right, Gloria Cantrell, whoever is the mayor out there in Philadelphia, the people out there in North Carolina, people like Jasmine Crockett out in North Carolina. Who else? Let's see. You got the mayor out there in Portland, Oregon. They're going to take all these people down. They're just going to follow the money. All right, Karen Bass. Yeah, they're going to follow the money. They're going to follow the money. They're going to charge these people with crimes. They're going to go to jail unless they cut a deal. You're going to see a lot of deputy mayors get put into positions of power. All right. This deputy mayor is no different than the vice president. They're going to cut deals because, their fingerprints are on the cookie jar too. But there's a strong chance that a lot of them, if they're smart, they'll cut a deal in order to play ball with the Republicans and do what the Republicans tell them to do and get these cities, these black cities, Democratic run cities that are running to the ground. Defund the police. No, they're done with all of that. They're going to black dynamite this and clean up the streets. This is why I say you do not want to be in front of a judge this year from 2025 on for probably the next 12. You do not want to go in front of a judge. There will be no leniency. There will be no leniency. And if this is what you were afraid of as a black person, then don't be criminalistic. Don't be out here robbing stores and, knocking old ladies upside the head for their purse. Although you don't do that anymore. Do they? No, they just steal cars. Steal cars, rob businesses, etc. Yeah, stop doing that. And you will be all right. Stop breaking the law, asshole. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Who cares if your brother goes to jail? He shouldn't have been. He fucked around and found out. I do believe that's probably why they've made deals with foreign dignitaries like El Salvador and Argentina and what's the other one? escapes me. But at any rate, they've made deals with South American leaders to house American prisoners as well as Southern prisoners. South American prisoners that won't take their citizens back. You either go to Guantanamo Bay or you might go to fucking Argentina or someplace like that. It's cheaper to house American prisoners overseas than it is in America. The cost is cheaper. So let's say housing one American prisoner here on American soil will run you like $28K. If I send your ass to El Salvador, I'm only paying like $11K. You know, that's a savings. Shoot, if you saw that on eggs right now, you buy 3 dozen. Eggs is $5 a carton. Shit, you know, you filling it up. They have to put up 3 per customer or something like that. So you're looking at the American institution of prisons. It's probably going to go back to being full. In all honesty, if you are a nonviolent offender, I would force you to serve military time. You can either do 5 to 10 years in prison, or you can do 2 to 4 years military time, and we'll send you to school. So that way, when you get out, you're not going back to crime. You'll have some form of education. Like, tell me how you want to play it, because you have to desissify. You have to desissify your young males. All right. Biden tried to do a good job through Soros and BlackRock of sissifying males. You know, I mean, this is one of the whole things that really kind of spurred on the red pill movement, was the cucking, the psychological cucking of males. You have to decuckify them. The best way to do that, as far as if I'm the government, number one, of course, people like Politico and Gamergate, all of that stuff. Yeah, you're done. No more media manipulation. Second, you're going to get your ass up here. You're going to be up at 4 a.m. doing push-ups, running miles, climbing through mud, over walls and everything. I'm going to beat the manhood into you through physical exertion. You're not going to be fat, pre-diabetic, lazy. All you want to do is sit around, play video games. Nope, that's over for you. By the time we're done with you, you will be a very productive member of society, or you'll take your ass to prison because we gave you your shot. You had your lick. You didn't make the best of it. Well, to prison you go now. That's how you get your nation back on track. Say Viper pilots. All this sanctimonious BS, enough already. Israel is pulling all the strings. Fetterman Lurch has gone full MAGA. Pennsylvania has gone Republican, except for Pittsburgh City and Philadelphia City. Oh yeah, the guy, the hoodie congressman or whatever. The hoodie, what is he? The governor with the hoodie? Yeah. Sorry, it's been so much going on, man. I haven't been able to pay attention to the smaller fish, the small fries. You say you love breaking the law. The military is cool on that idea. Let's see. Is no criminal service members don't want to serve with criminals. Well, that's the whole thing. They won't be put into what you would call the military gin pop, where they mix you in with, soldiers who've been there for a while. You will get an Ernie Hudson style Army drill sergeant, military drill sergeant, and he will whip your ass into shape on your own. It's just like with the NFL. In the NFL, you don't mix the rookies in with the veterans when it comes to practice, like when they have a mandatory mini camp and stuff like that, you have to ease the rookies in with the veterans because the rookies are still kids. You know, they haven't really grown into their adult bodies yet. They've got to do weight training. They got to eat, you know, build up muscle, build up fat, learn the playbook, show some form of consistency and hustle, and then you throw them in with the grown men with the wolves. Yeah, it's the same thing. You say, when is Trump going to pass an executive order banning skinny jeans? Shit, that's up to you. Walk around with a belt. Or it'd be like Three Stooges when you help the guy pull his pants. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I was so pissed yesterday. I had, because y'all know I wear the body cam. So I had the body cam on yesterday. And I went to, what's the name of that damn restaurant where you get the, not the tacos, but the burritos and the Chipotle. Went to Chipotle. Had a little sassy boy, sassy sissy. Trying not to be derogatory, but I had a sassy sissy in front of me. And this dude just kept, well, can you get the beans from the bottom? Can you get the chicken from the bottom? I don't want that on top. It looks dried out. You know, he's just nitpicky, where me and this old lady was in line for 10 minutes. He wanted the lettuce not on the food. He want the lettuce in cups. And then right when he was ready to pay, I don't know. I've now produced my order. I'm at the register. This dude still ain't paid for his food. Normally, you know how you go to Chipotle, there's somebody that handle your meat and your beans, and then somebody else do your toppings. No, it was one guy working the whole line. So by the time he got to me and got me ready to the register, this motherfucker was still at the register bitching about the order, trying to put extra shit on it. And I'm just standing there looking at him like, So he paid for his order and leave. I paid for my order and leave, but right after I paid for it, I was like, you know what? I need my whole order redone because I need my stuff farm fresh. They looked at me like, what the hell? But then I let them know I was joking. Anyway, I walk out. I'm going to my car before bag it up. When I pulled into the parking lot, somebody was parked weird where they were taking up 2 spaces. So I had to park over real close to somebody else's car. I come out, it was the gay guy's car. It was the sassy sissy's car. And then when he pulled out and turned and to the point where he could have hit me. And I'm like, dude, don't you fucking see me? So I stood there. He was sitting there in his car. Then he pulled back into his parking space. So then I went, jumped in the car. He pulled off. And I was like, damn. I was like, I'm so glad I had my body cam on me today. He asked the clerk if he knew DI. Break big rocks in the little rocks. Dig that hole. Fill that hole. Yeah, so I'm sitting up here like, man, this is going to be some good content. I finally got something really worth posting. And I get home, get everything together, pop out the SD card, put it in. Sucker was full of stuff that happened last week because apparently this body cam doesn't overwrite the SD card. You have to clear it out. Man, I was hot. I was hot. I thought I had some good stuff for y'all too. Anyway, you say Fetterman started wearing the hoodie because he had a grapefruit-sized keloid on the back of his neck. Looks like he got it cut off, but the hoodie is his shtick. You know what? I can go with that because, I mean, he's in Pennsylvania. That's, you know, blue-collar town, blue-collar people. Listening to him talk, he doesn't use a lot of $5 words or whatnot. He's anybody with an 8th grade education or even a 5th grade education understands what the hell he's saying. He's very clear and concise. He doesn't mince words, and he doesn't double speak. I know. I was fired. I had one job. Yeah. Body cam, you're welcome, EV. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's sitting right here in front of me. Yeah, I was hot. I didn't get that. I was like, damn. Man. So you say maybe the National Guard or something. Did he ask the clerk if he knew DEI? But yeah, so yeah, I like Fetterman. I don't think he's a presidential candidate. If anything, I can see him working in the White House up under JD Vance. I can see him being part of JD Vance's staff. I can see that, or he might want to stay in Pennsylvania. I mean, sometimes you find yourself in a situation, you get comfortable. I mean, look at Vivek. Vivek stepped away from DOGE. He wants to be the governor of Ohio. He's got a good, strong shot at getting the governorship, especially if he keeps talking the way he's talking. And I had somebody on Twitter talking about in 2026, the Democrats are going to take back the House. I was like, now that Trump stay on the train that he's on, even with what happened today, with them locking out Congress and this whole DOGE situation, like, I mean, you saw the ratings, 94%. These people, they approve of what's going on. Now they finally have some form of transparency of what's going on with federal spending. They're like, get the hell up out of here. That's why I played the clip of the black dude sounding like a typical white liberal. Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted? You goddamn right I did. Even though I didn't even vote for Trump, but I'm getting promises made, promises kept. Does it look like this administration is joking with us? Do it look like they're pussyfooting around and trying to play footsies under the congressional rug and whatnot? This guy's coming in and kicking ass and taking names. Shit. I've come to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm fresh out of bubble gum. Shoot, they are not playing. He is not playing. We're not even 3 weeks in. Are we a good 3 weeks in? Like, damn. What's going on, Iori? Yeah, I hope I said that right. Yeah, but he ain't even a month in. All types of turmoil and scandals and cover-ups and everything is just being exposed left and right. Now you see why Biden was pardoning people left and right. You see why he was pardoning people. There was a clip. Let me see. Oh, good. I'm glad I got it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Barron Trump. Oh, here we go. Apparently, he said to Joe Biden, hold on, let me get a better clip of it. Let's see here.
What did Barron Trump say to Joe Biden?
All right, here we go.
Then at the inauguration, a lip reader has the skinny and better than you could possibly imagine.
Okay, guys, I think I know what Barron says to Biden and to Melania. So when he leans into Biden here, he says, it's on. Okay? And then when he goes up to Melania, she says, try to be nice. See? And he says, okay. But she doesn't really know what he had said to him. And then he turns back and looks back at Biden.
damn right.
Yeah. I guess he was not playing with you, Biden. These people they're not effing around. These people are not effing around. They know what's up. And clearly he was not joking. Like, it's on. We may not be able to get you. Oh, by the way, also today, Trump took away Biden's security. As far like how you're an ex-president, right? You still get security briefings and everything. You still get kept in the know. He took that away from Biden today. He took it away. And it's like, what's the point? This senile old man, he don't even know what the hell he's reading. He probably won't even read it. I mean, he burned the bridges on his way out the door and saved his friends. I mean, do remember, no sooner than Trump got into office, he took away Dr. Fauci's security detail. It was like, you've made enough money, pay for your own private security. And they ain't even got into releasing what was in those vaccines yet. It's like, we're going to handle one crisis at a time. It's so much that go on in a day. It's like 3 big things happen every day. It's like, eventually we're going to get to these vaccines. We're going to get to you, Dr. Fauci. Give us time. Don't worry. You will be the most vilified, most hated, and probably the most hunted person on the planet Earth once we release exactly what was in those vaccines. You better hope that he pardoned you for nothing. But we know he didn't. Woo. Say, did the agent that ventilated Ashley Babbitt receive a pardon from Biden? I'm not sure. Say, damn, like unprecedented. Good. Yeah, this is highly unprecedented. I never thought I would live to see a president that had literally no fucks given, and he was truly for the American people. I mean, Clinton was there. But, Clinton will, he'll have you whacked and be standing up there next to your wife, holding on to her shoulder during your funeral procession. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he'll at least have the respect and dignity to put some flowers on your grave. But, Trump, I never thought I would live to see this. And people, all of this, he's racist, he's a fascist, he's a Nazi, he's all of this stupid stuff. Everybody looks dumb now when they say that. They look so dumb now when they say that. The only black folks that's running scared right now is the ones, of course, it's black women who took advantage, and I'm not trying to slam them or anything. I'm just being honest. Biden gave them false power. He gave them a false sense of power and security. Trump took it away when he stripped away DEI, which is, in all honesty, if you look at it at its very core, is very racist. When he stripped that away, all right, it's very discriminatory. When he stripped that away, the black women who got the crumbs from the table of DEI, because as we know, white women and their rainbow counterparts were the ones who benefited the most, because it's all about stealing the resources, funneling back into society. You say, did you see that stunt they pulled at the park? Yeah, that was one of the last, the next to last videos we watched. It was the second video we watched. Damn it, you made me lose my train of thought. No, black women got the crumbs off the table. This is why that whole Jasmine Crockett situation, excuse me, her and a bunch of other black women like Carrie Champion admitted that if it wasn't for DEI, she wouldn't have got into school. Affirmative action / DEI, she would have never got into school. And she claims that she's a success, but she's not. because don't nobody watch her goddamn podcast. But how you on ESPN and all of that stuff, and nobody watches your shit? But then again, I mean, when you equate hair pulling over Antonio in the schoolyard akin to military combat, then yeah, I mean, with gyms like that, I mean, you should be like on Howard Stern level, like in the 90s level. I mean, millions of people should be tuning in to hear your pearls of wisdom when you talk like that. But at any rate, admitted that she was a DEI hire for ESPN, but yet claimed that she got there based on merit. Well, if you got there based on merit, then why did we need DEI? Why do we need it for you? And you didn't stick around. They got rid of you. You couldn't go to Fox Sports 1 because you had to, bust it open for Grimlock. You had to bust it open for Grimlock right there in the office or in the hotel. You and Joy Taylor, allegedly. It's some weird three-way. I mean, so you got drummed out of the sports business because really you were no better than Molly. Oh, did y'all wait? Y'all didn't hear what happened with? Oh man, I mean, I'm pretty much kind of done with the main subject, but did y'all hear what happened with Molly and Stephen A. Smith? Because Pink Book Lessons broke the story where, if y'all not familiar, peep this shit out. So apparently Molly, she was driving to or wherever the studio was. She was there when she was married to Jalen Rose. Is it Jalen Rose? Yeah. Your meritorious service of the eggplant. So let me get this right. He told her she wanted to move to Bristol, Connecticut. He told her, don't do it. Just continue to, commute. But nope, she wanted to move to Bristol, where the studios are, the ESPN studios are, in the hopes of being close to the job, possibly getting a promotion, i.e. her own show, okay, or a co-hosting job. And she would, advance her career. I believe this was like one of the things that caused for their divorce. She moved anyway, because she a strong Hispanic woman and she don't need no man and all that goofy stuff. So when she moved there, she was there for a while and she, came to the realization, I think she was told that she was not going to get a pay bump or a position bump. Because normally a position bump comes with a pay bump. So you wasn't getting either. So she was just stuck being the moderator, like Carrie Champion was doing, and all those other chicks that be on Fox Sports 1. Especially like when Colin Cowherd, he had the one chick that challenged LeVar Ball. Like LeVar Ball called her out on her BS, talking smack about him and everything. And it was, oh, he's attacking that poor little white woman. Fuck that white woman. She shouldn't have ran her mouth. She should have kept his name out her mouth. Talking about he was abusing his sons and everything. Like, man, shut up. A black man actually being a damn, you don't know what real fatherhood is like. You're supposed to push your son to be the best. You're not supposed to sign the deal with Nike and let them make all the money off your name and then give you crumbs. Yeah, $90 million is crumbs. When they making 900 million, you could have made $1 billion. At any rate, so chicks like that, she's stuck. So she tried to sabotage Stephen A. or use some type of leverage against Stephen A. This is what she did. She came, Stephen A's girlfriend, she spilled the tea. She said that Molly tried to come on to Stephen A. Smith so she could my taco to him and replace taco with kitty. The whole Me Too, my taco too. Anyway, so She tried to set him up for a My Taco 2 claim, but Stephen didn't take the bait. But she went to the offices anyway, trying to come at him. Nothing was founded. They realized that she was at fault, but the big bosses at ESPN told Stephen don't say nothing about it. All right, told Stephen don't say nothing about it. Matter of fact, let me see where that bitch nigga. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that word, but oh my god, I hate dudes. Oh my god, let me see. Hold on. Whoops. Dang it. My keyboard, now that I got this new desk, my keyboard is low, so I got to get used to typing from like waist level. Let's see. First take. Let me see. This is it. What?
You do not have to rush Caitlyn being on the.
Yeah, you see, everybody's.
They do not have to rush Caitlyn.
Everybody's talking about it.
Caitlyn being on the. You do not have to rush.
Shut up. Oh, here we go. So.
Game day, folks.
So Stephen A is not in studio, right? Stephen A is not in studio. Now, understand, everybody at ESPN know what's going on behind the scenes with her trying to come at Stephen A and wanting his job and everything. And as you can see, she co-hosting because he ain't there. But when he's there, it's his show. She's sitting her ass somewhere else talking about something. It's time to go to commercial break. This is the segment of the day. You know, whatever. I don't watch this stupid show. But this is what pissed me off is this dude right here. So now that y'all have the background information, watch how this play out.
It's a good day. Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. For what?
Because Stephen A's not here today.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Miami. Just I know it's sad.
Oh, yeah. Hey, America. How we doing?
Yeah, you see how that just played out? This little simp ass ninja. You would never host my show again, bruh. You would never sit in one of these chairs again if I was Stephen A. This is my show too? You just pulled that on me? You bitch ass mother. Ooh. I hate dudes like this. Taking Molly's side against me? Yeah, we'll see you next Tuesday. So anyway, so Molly had been harassing Stephen A's girlfriend with a fake account. And the reason why she knows it's a fake account because Stephen A. Smith, his wife, used to work IT for the government. You know, she super hacker, tracing IP addresses, all this stuff. So she know it's Molly. So she took shots and she exposed the truth about Molly. She exposed the truth about Molly. She told the whole thing. Oh, and by the way, Stephen A. Smith's girlfriend is pregnant. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. I didn't even know he liked girls. But it is what it is. So, just a little sports news. But overall, though, yeah, Trump took away Biden's security clearance. He no longer gets the daily briefings or anything like that. The people who are taking illegal payments from DOGE, I do believe that they will be facing persecution for stealing, misappropriation of funds of taxpayer dollars. Congress is not immune, which is also another reason why they were probably shut out of the Department of Education. It's like, well, why do you need to go into the, never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know enough about why they needed to go into the Department of Education. Is that like their home office? Not sure. Politics at this level was never my thing, but I'm getting versed, just like the rest of us. And we'll see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting Monday, if not Saturday and Sunday. But it's definitely going to be a very interesting Monday when, you know, everybody returns back to work. You say the only breeze Biden needs are the pens. Yeah. A little old man. Shoot. Go on, eat your pudding cup, Grandpa. Go on, eat your pudding cup.
Get me out. It's my turn. It is. You told me it was my turn.
Ooh, he having a fit. You know he having a fit. All right, y'all. So let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I will catch y'all Monday when I have a new show. All right. I'll have everything together by Monday, and we'll have us a rocking good time. Until then, peace. Be safe.
I'm not Captain Saberhole. No, 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 real no. I'm not Captain Saberhole. Yeah, no, 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 no. Look, I'm not like this in the slightest. I'm attracted to intelligent chicks that think righteous.